Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew Eaton, and if you're watching this, it's because unfortunately I wasn't able to dial in direct and have a chat to you all and answer your questions. And I apologize about that. Probably just means I'm a little bit busy somewhere else. But I thought I'd just shoot this short video for you so that you could possibly just understand what this business has done for me, what we're about, and help you make an informed decision. So the first thing I wanted to say to you is, if you're watching this and you've been at that home meeting tonight, you've obviously been invited there by someone who thinks highly enough of you to have invited you to have a look at this. We're really serious about what we're doing, and the person who invited you is obviously very serious about what they're doing. And we're looking for business partners of good, really high caliber people. And if you're watching this, that's probably why you've been invited. The person who brought you to this home meeting thinks highly enough of you. What I'm also hoping you've realized by now is exactly how serious we are about this business and what a dynamic team you're involved with here should you decide to come on board with us. We've called ourselves Team Jai Hugeness. Team Jai Hugeness is one of the fastest growing Skill Dragon organizations in the world, probably if not the fastest, the second fastest growing business in the world. And that's because we've got our training and our systems absolutely spot down to a T correct. And that is what we'll be teaching you over the next few weeks as you come on board with us. So you're really at the right place at the right time. What I just also wanted to tell you is just a little bit about what this business has done for me. 4 years ago I was broke. I had an IT business that had gone bankrupt. I then started working for a friend of mine selling outdoor media. Hated working for a salary, hated working for someone else. My life changed really for the better when my wife and I found out that our little daughter, who was 2 at the time, was autistic, and I realized that I had to get off my backside and start creating my own income and taking control of my own life. It led me down a path to finding the company that owns Skill Dragon, the Better Lifestyle group of companies, and I launched it here in South Africa 4 years ago with some very talented people. I launched it in Johannesburg, and if you look where I am right now, I'm sitting with the beach behind me and I'm in my gym kit, and it's now 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to scan here to see what it looks like when everyone else is at work. You can see there, beautiful rock pool here, and people. There's no one else on the beach. One other couple, retired couple there, and that's it. So 2 months ago I moved down here with my family because I could. This business has allowed me to do that. We moved here specifically because my little autistic daughter loves fish, and we wanted to bring her closer to the coast, and because of this business it's allowed me to do that. My life has completely changed. So I don't want to go into too much more detail about that, but just know that you're sitting with something very real here. It's Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, and look where I am, and look what I'm dressed in. Now, I don't say this to you because I'm trying to boast. Certainly not. I'm an average guy who just took a bit of action. Why I'm telling you this is this is possible for anyone to achieve. When I first started this business, though, there were a lot of things that went through my mind why I shouldn't be doing it, and there are quite a couple of things that are probably going through your mind right now. Like, for instance, do you have the time? I speak to a lot of people who love the idea of the business, but they're worried about the time. And what I realized when I thought about that, because I still had a full-time job, is that unless I made any changes to my life drastically, I was never going to have the time. And I realized that I could put a bit of spare time aside to work on my future rather than someone else's future. So the secret to getting more time is to creating a business and a business model and an annuity and an income stream which is annuity based, where you can create yourself more time. 5 years ago, I would not be able to sitting on this beach unless it had been for the fact that I'd made myself more time, given myself time to work on an annuity based business, which basically has given me this now. Now, this is not what I do every day, make no mistake, but because I also work very hard at the business, but I work it when I want to. So if time really is the excuse, then time should really be the reason. And when I worked that one out, I was quite happy to put a few hours aside every day to work on my future and my time, so that I could spend more time with my family and people that I love. And the other thing that really worried me, because like I said, when I launched this here in South Africa, I was broke. I did not have the money, and I had to find the money. And I speak to so many people who say, 7,000 Rand or $600 odd, $486 or whatever the package is worth. That's just a lot of money, and I don't have that money. And that was exactly where my mindset was. But I also realized very quickly that if that was a lot of money for me at age 35, then that scared me, because wealthy people don't think of that as a lot of money. And I realized that unless I did something about that, there was always going to be a problem for me. So I realized that I had to find the money to actually start this business. And if you look at it, what franchises cost, franchises cost a couple of million rand for what? Or a couple of $100,000 for what? For a glorified job where you don't earn passive income. This business is a couple of $100 or a few thousand rand, and I realized that it was a very, very low risk for me opportunity for me to take. Now I just had to go and find the money, and I realized that I could use the bank's money by putting it on my credit card, and it was probably the best decision I ever made. So if you're sitting in the situation right now where you're thinking that the money is a problem for you, then I would encourage you to find it, because if money is a problem for you and a few thousand rands a problem for you, without trying to be condescending or demeaning, well, you're in trouble, and you need to start making changes to your life. That's a few thousand rand or a few $100 is not a lot of money. Otherwise, my question to you right now is, when's that going to change for you? When are you going to wait for your ship to sail in, where magically money is just going to drop off on the shore for you? You need to go and, you're going to have to make a couple of sacrifices, and financial sacrifice, a small financial sacrifice of a few $100 or a few thousand rand is not such a big sacrifice in the end of the day, if you consider what you can make from this business, which hopefully you've seen tonight. If you have to borrow the money, there's always a way to make it. Credit cards are great. I paid my, I took the money off my credit card. I went further into the red, but later that month I was able to pay my entire credit card off because I'd made enough money from the business. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen for you, but I'm just telling you that is exactly what's possible if you take small risks. The other thing that I really thought about is, does this business model really work? Does network marketing really work? And what's the difference between this and a pyramid scheme? And I just meet so many people who get the two confused, and it's so sad because once I really investigated what the network marketing industry was really about, I started to realize how powerful this industry is, and that it's actually an industry that's massively endorsed by some of the wealthiest and most successful people in the world. The people like, and you can Google names if you don't know them, Robert Kiyosaki, the Jim Rowans of the world, the Donald Trumps of the world. You go and Google all these guys and you'll see that they all heavily promote network marketing as the business of the 21st century. Even Richard Branson is heavily promoting it as a business that the average entrepreneur should look at now. And when I investigated the industry properly, I realized that my preconceived ideas about what the industry was were totally false. And had I chosen not to investigate it, it probably would have cost me, well, no, not probably, it definitely would have cost me tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars and rands worth of income just in the last four years, and it would have been so sad for me and my family had I stuck with those preconceived ideas. So if that's where your mindset is right now, I would encourage you to really investigate this business, investigate the industry, and you'll find probably more than likely that what your perception is of the industry are totally the opposite of what the professionals are doing. And with our team, you will become professional because we have the best training systems in the world in Team Joe Hugeness for you to plug in to become professional in this business and to succeed. So look, some of you are probably sitting there right now saying, well, I'm ready to get going. And if you're ready to get going, the thing I could encourage you to do is do not leave that house without getting started. The person who brought you there should have their computer open. They can get you started automatically. You can do an EFT, you can do a credit card payment, but let's get you started so the next couple of days we'll get you making money. And the person who brought you there will definitely be able to guide you through that. What I do want to say to you this business launched here in South Africa 4 years ago. We're an 8-year-old company, but the product that you've seen tonight in terms of the Skill Dragon and the Challenge Dragon games is a ground-breaking business opportunity, and it's a world first. It's unique. The timing is right now. The trends are happening, and you really have the opportunity right now, people, to be one of the first people in the world to run with this opportunity. And I just, that's not going to be forever. At some stage, you're going to be part of the masses. Right now, you get to put yourself in front of the masses, in front of the trend, and at a very small financial risk and a very small time risk of a few hours a day or a few hours a week, you can really create something very special for you and your family and change lives globally. So, we're really serious. We've got living proof that this business is working. You're very lucky to be where you are tonight if you take the opportunity. Of course, if you don't, well, that's also fine. At least you would have seen what we're busy doing. So that's really what it is for me today. And, hopefully I've been able to part with some insights as to what this business has done for me, what it can do for you. Hopefully you're excited about what you see. And I'll just leave you with this again. I mean, how many people get to spend a Tuesday morning sitting on the beach in their gym kit? Beautiful sea. I'm going to try and just move across here. Behind me here is a rock pool there, the fish in the rock pool. And this is where I've chosen to work for the morning, and that's not to boast. It's just what's possible when you set your mind to take small risks and take some action. My advice to you is speak to the person who got you to that home meeting tonight and take some action. Start changing your life. We'll be there to support you. So thank you very much. Cheers.